Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being here. I'm really grateful to be part of Local DAO Summer. It's been such an amazing festival so far of really down to earth, authentic people. And I'm so grateful to be here and to share my inspiration and my craft, which is meditation. So we will talk about meditation and then have a water activation meditation at the end to conclude. And then we'll have time for discussion. I don't think that the presentation will take the full hour. So before we begin, let's just take a moment to center. So wherever you are, becoming conscious, aware of your body, and taking a breath. Welcoming yourself into the present moment, releasing anything that came earlier in your day and anything that's to come in your evening. And let's get started. A little bit of background about meditation and the way that have learned and studied meditation as both a practice that we engage in and also a state of being that we experience. Meditation can be physical, focusing on the physical body, the way we feel, physical sensations. And it can also be spiritual, tapping into a deeper level of ourselves and our souls and our place and purpose on earth. Meditation has a really deep history in humanity. It dates back thousands of years, and people in locations all over the world have practiced meditation and other contemplative practices. And at its simplest, meditation can really be thought of as conscious breathing. So, how many times throughout our day do we take the opportunity to place our full attention on our breath? And also, meditation is awareness. So, being aware of our internal state, of what's going on within us in our inner worlds, as well as what we're experiencing in the external world and the relationship between those two. And I invite you to consider what meditation means to you, because it's very unique to everybody and can be experienced in an infinite number of different ways, even in one person's experience. Some of the benefits of meditation that you may be familiar with include presence, the ability to focus and pay attention. We can experience emotional benefits like gratitude, empathy, kindness, the ability to relate with one another. We can experience relaxation, stress relief, a relaxation of the brain and the mental activity. And we access our innate skills for problem solving, as well as our imagination that we are born with and that we experience as children, and we tend to lose touch with as we move through the world in adolescence and adulthood. And similarly, we expand our capacity for creativity because we create connections between the right and left sides of our brains. We strengthen neuroplasticity. We stimulate blood flow and just all kinds of juicy benefits for the brain and for the body in general. We can experience better sleep, and beyond the benefits that we experience in our day-to-day lives, we can also create a greater sense of connection and insight and intuition and connection with a flow of life. There are many different ways to meditate. So we have standard practices like seated meditation or walking meditation. We can meditate lying down. We can meditate while we're dancing, cleaning, coding, driving, and pretty much any activity we can practice with meditation. A little bit about my personal journey and how I got here to Local DAO Summer. uh, I I completed a data science, urban data science program at NYU back in 2019, where we were learning about applications of data science that solved problems in cities. And it was fascinating, and I learned so much about the way the city works and about data and technology, but I still felt that there was this gap between what we needed to accomplish with the challenges we were facing and the way that we were creating and implementing solutions, and especially with the measurement and tracking of data and the siloed data and the lack of transparency and all of that. If you've ever done cleaned a spreadsheet, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah. And I started to, this is also the time that COVID happened, and I started to experience anxiety about what was happening in the world and my direction. And at this time, I also began a study of meditation and yoga science. And I went pretty deep down the path of yoga science, studying the body and the energies and the way they interact with each other and how we can heal our energy through the practice of meditation. Feeling a little constricted and confined by this traditional way of practicing meditation, I began to spend more time in nature and practicing more flexible styles of meditation that were about tapping into our natural creativity and inspiration and having more flexibility and softness in the way that we engage with spiritual practices. I also, at this time, started studying with a teacher who pioneered an approach that she refers to as meditation coaching, which is a combination of meditation and self-inquiry, but support in the presence and support of another person, a coach who's holding space for you to engage in that exploration, which is really through the practice of meditation, which allows us to ground our energy into the earth. And as part of this softer, more creative approach to meditation, we also learned energy healing, and I received a Reiki attunement. And this kind of coincided with my exploration of blockchain and my experience with my challenges working with data in the traditional world made me feel inspired about blockchain and its ability to create data infrastructure and foundations that would support a transition to a green economy. And I created my company, my project, which is called Apple Tree Meditation, where I work with teams or DAOs in Web3 to integrate meditation and other energy practices into our work so that we can have more coherence and communication and synergy and flow in our creations. Okay, so a little bit about the energetic approach to meditation. So these drawings here are diagrams of the chakra system. They come from my teacher, Lisa Haley. She's a goddess. She is out in California. She has a regenerative farm and a nonprofit that's called Seeding Reciprocity. and I absolutely love her, and I'm so grateful to her. So she provided these drawings of the chakra system, and these are energetic centers in our bodies that essentially exchange data between the physical body and the energy bodies. So when you hear about a chakra being blocked, it's an obstruction in the flow of energy that's happening in that chakra, which interferes with the ability of our self to communicate. So this diagram on the right, I really like because it shows how the flow of energy in the chakras looks. It's like a cone shape that extends from the front of the chakra and the back of the chakra. And this is really helpful in visualization to begin to tap into the flows of your energy and sense them. These diagrams here show the torus field. The torus is the shape of our energetic field of our aura. So these flows of energy, when they move out, they create this torus donut shape around our bodies. So this image all the way on the right shows a human being with the torus field, and the earth herself also has a torus shaped field. So the earth has her own chakras, and her energetic field reflects the energetic field of our own bodies. Um, a little about the power of groups. So this is one of my favorite studies. It's pretty famous. You may have heard of it. So back in 1993, a group of meditators got together in the summer and for 2 months practiced meditation together. And they started at, I believe, around 400 meditators. And by the end of their study, they were up to 2,000 meditators. And they created this field of coherence that actually reduced the crime rate in DC over 20%. And this was a carefully controlled study it's published in scientific journals. They had people overseeing the study, and they corrected for things like weather and police presence, and could not determine any other conclusion than that the meditators lowered the crime rate. So that speaks a little bit to our power and the power of this energy system that we're born with and that we have for our entire lives. A little bit about Web3. So Web3 is this exciting, amazing new frontier that we're all exploring, and that is a community of some of the most fascinating people that I've ever met in my life, who have incredible experience and ideas and values and integrity for the most part. And I put this image here on the left because we are like all of these little nodes of light clustered all over the world, working really hard to create solutions to the challenges we're facing, and trying to figure out how to connect with each other, and going through this amazing journey of building together while also melding our cultures and our experiences and our backgrounds. And it's really just such a beautiful privilege to be a part of it. And at the same time, as we're decentralized, we have a very vast stack of technology, even in the way we communicate, where we're talking through text, email, multiple email addresses, Discord, Slack, Telegram, WhatsApp. It just goes on. And I know for myself personally, it's very challenging. At the same time, we talk a lot about shifting paradigms, and what does this really mean when we break it down? What are we shifting? So we're shifting beliefs, values, meaning, mindset, relationships, the way we interact with each other, the way we communicate, the way we understand power, our political, social, and economic systems, and our technology, kind of all at the same time. Um, and how can we support ourselves through this transition and this amazing adventure that we're on together? How can we support ourselves? And also, I feel strongly that we have a responsibility to be leaders, because the consciousness that we are exploring and creating is not the consciousness of everybody on the planet. And I feel that we have a responsibility um, to hold each other and to create a path that will work for new people. So a little bit about kind of aggregating everything that we've discussed, how I believe that meditation can support teams and DAOs. When we meditate, we're creating spaciousness within ourselves. We slow down the breath, we slow down the activity of the brain, we slow down the heart rate, um, and we change the pace at which we function, which is another kind of what I was referring to with the technology stack. Is we're putting a lot of stress on the earth systems, and we need to come to a balance. And it's not right for us to replicate what we've already created and what we know doesn't work. So we need to slow down. Meditation also supports clarity, our ability to communicate with each other, sense making, and all these diverse perspectives that we're integrating and that we're understanding. I completed the Gravity DAO Graviton course, who Bianca spoke earlier today about mental health, and Juan will speak tomorrow about conflict management and his work with Gravity DAO, which is incredible. And one of the topics in the training is colonization, and having it presented in that lens. Juan is from Colombia, and just really sitting with it, like, what is colonization, and how do we create a system that is not colonizing? Like, these are things that we need to discuss. And meditation can support us by softening the edges around the triggers that we feel, because it's challenging. We have trauma. We live in a society that has experienced a lot of trauma in many different ways. So conflict management, I just spoke a bit about. And yeah, to bring it back up, problem solving, that kind of like quick insights and intuition that we can receive when we get into a flow state. Meditation is wonderful for that. As well as innovation, creativity, and just general well-being. We are nature. We've talked about that throughout local DAO summer so far. We are nature. We're not different than nature. And the same way that trees communicate with each other through electrical impulses and flows of energy, we communicate with each other as well. And meditation is really a tool that can support us as we build that network together. So with that, we'll do a water activation meditation. So I've been so inspired by Elizabeth's work with Water Unity Networks, and would love to practice a water activation meditation together. So it'll probably be about 10 minutes. So wherever you are, finding your body in a comfortable position and allowing your eyes to close. And begin to tune into your connection with the ground beneath you. Feel the support of the earth. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders and your arms and your hands. Relax your chest, the core of your body. Relax your lower back, your hips, your legs, and your feet. And take a few breaths, sensing into your own body, your own energy. And begin now to tune into the water inside of your body. Notice the water in your mouth, in your eyes, in your brain, the fluid in your brain. Sense into the water in your throat, bringing your awareness into your heart space and sensing into the flow of blood in your chest, the beating of your heart. Feeling the flow of water as it moves through your arms, your legs, sensing into the water in your stomach. And just relaxing and breathing for a few moments. Gently holding your awareness on the flow of water all throughout your body. Bringing your awareness into your heart center. Feeling gratitude for the element of water and the way it sustains all life. And gently sensing into the presence of the hearts around you, separated by distance, yet still sharing the same energetic space. And taking a few more breaths, preparing to bring yourself back. Relaxing into your physical body, relaxing into the ground beneath you, and gently returning, fluttering open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I have one more slide, my call to action. I would love to experiment with teams or DAOs who are interested in exploring meditation and how it can support your team. And so this can look any type of way, from simple breathing practices or weekly meditations. We've been experimenting with weekly meditations in Build City. My colleague Tony from Build City is here on the call as well. So yeah, I'm fascinated by all of the problems everyone is tackling and all of the amazing tools everyone is building. So if you want to explore a collaboration or a partnership, you can hit me up on Telegram, or my email is here as well, eve@appletreemeditation.com. And thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions or comments or anything like that for Eve?
Eve, is there a reason why we have to flutter our eyes?
I just like it because I have like friends who guide meditation and they say that, and I like when they say that.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah. Alex, where are you?
Alex, I think you're frozen. Or maybe it's me.
Service. I'm in the woods, man.
Nice. Those look like some beautiful ferns behind you.
Yeah, it's pretty nice here. I'm hanging out with some dogs.
It's beautiful. How was your experience with the water meditation? I would love to hear if anybody wants to share.
I think my favorite part was recognizing like the other hearts around me. Right now, I'm at Station 3, and for those of you that don't know, it's this office space. It's closing down soon, so there's very few people. And the two people that are here are very far away. Like what I was thinking was like, hey, I'm connecting to them from a large distance away, but that distance doesn't matter here, right? Like I can still feel them and recognize them. So that was like, it started triggering some other thoughts in me, but I thought it was like super cool to have us kind of recognize like the other presence around us.
That's beautiful. Thanks for sharing.
One thing I want to mention, I don't know if I have the cell service here so you can hear me, so I turned off my video. But I think that the graph of showing the meditators in DC, how they actually reduced the crime rate was really good. Because then when you said, connecting with other hearts, I was able to sort of reference that and believe in that in some ways. And made the feeling of like others here with me even more powerful.
I love that. Yeah, thanks for sharing.
I missed a large part of the presentation, but I'm not sure if this is what you were referencing to, but I remember reading something about there being like a large meditation in this certain like city, and they did it to try to reduce crime, and the crime rate of that city went down like 30-40%. Was it? Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was
Well,
DC.
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So was it like, do you know how, okay, even the group size is there. This is an awesome graph.
Yeah, so speaking of DSI, I can't access the full study. I have to pay for it.
Really? What?
There's the top tip among academics. If you reach out to the principal on the paper, they'll almost for sure send it to you for free. 'Cause they
Can you
don't
say
make any money. Yeah, if you reach out to the principal author on the paper, they'll usually just send you the paper for free because they're not making any money from that, like pay to view the paper. That's just like the third party journal. So if you find their email, and usually their email is right on the front page, and send them an email and just say, hey, I have a copy of your paper. It's their research. They absolutely will send it to you for free usually.
That's a great tip. Thank you so much.
I'm interested in hearing a bit about Build City. If either of you guys want to share a little bit.
Yeah, Tony, go for it.
Sorry, I got on a call. What happened?
Can you talk?
Yeah, I can talk.
Tell us about Build City.
How's Build City or what Build City is?
Yeah, what is it? Or throw a link in the chat so we can check it out.
Sure. This is always a difficult thing to do to effectively present Build City. I think the best way is probably to share the Telegram group, and you guys can join and kind of be in the loop of what we do. But generally, we're developing like tools and services to improve urban life. Currently, we've been primarily focused in New York because that's where we are stationed in. And some of the projects that we've been working on is one is creating blockchain educational tools for a local university here. Another one is an AI tool that's designed to streamline the regulatory approval process for alternative energy projects. So that's currently being used in its proof of concept stage in the Department of Buildings here in New York. And we just got, like, even I just got off a call actually right before this with an energy storage company. We're like starting to talk, we're starting to be in conversations with them, and we're understanding some of their pain points. And they've been resonating with just the idea of Build City. And we'll be sharing some information on our collaboration soon. Other than that, there's a lot of great members in Build City. Has been growing quite a bit. A lot of passionate people, and yeah, like the local DAO space is the best place to be to grab some more interesting, passionate, nice, regenerative people. So I'll drop the link. Whoever is interested, please join, and we'll figure something out together. Does that answer your question, or did I blabber?
Yeah,
No,
no,
that was good.
Awesome.
Is Build City extensible to other jurisdictions, other countries or cities?
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. We're a virtual community, but I'm big on having in-person activations. We all almost meet in some capacity, like every day, or at least a few days a week in person. So yeah, like if anybody's interested in working something out in their local areas, I'm all for it. We have some people in London. We have some people in Spain. We have some people traveling around. So I'm
There's
all.
people in Philly, DC a little bit. And I'll be repping Build City at GFEL in September.
Sick. And we have a guy in Chicago.
Chicago. Okay. Any other questions or thoughts?
Is there anything you want to say about Apple Tree? I probably should ask that one
Yeah,
first.
yeah. So really, I'm just wanting to work with teams and support teams like I talked about with the experimentation. So yeah, if you are working on a project and you want to explore how meditation can support you, or other tools like energy awareness, or even tapping into nature. So like we did the water activation because of Elizabeth's presentation with Water Unity Networks and the understanding of water consciousness. I mean, I was exploring her resources and they're just incredible. Like she talks about the supreme intelligence of water and how water is always returning to a state of balance, and it's the disruption of the water cycle that's at the heart of the climate situation. So we can connect with the energy and consciousness of water because we are water, and we can do the same with the other elements as well. So as we create systems in coordination with nature, we can actually communicate with nature through our energy. So that's the type of work that I'm really, really passionate about. And yeah, if you want to just chat, we can get together and have a flow session and see what comes up. And yeah, my email, I'll put it in. And my Telegram. What's up, Tony?
I remember reading something about information being stored in water droplets. I'm not sure if you like touched on that or if you have some insight.
I didn't talk about it in this, but the scientist's name. Does anybody remember his name?
No, I didn't even know there was a scientist behind it. Science.
Dr. Emoto. He
Okay.
did an experiment where he talks to water and he tells it different things like I love you or I hate you. And then the water molecules form in different ways, like either a beautiful, like a snowflake when we express love to water, or it crunches up and collapses in on itself when we speak negatively to water.
That's sick. I found the video. Holy shit. Sorry.
It's all good.
This is so crazy. I'm gonna drop it in the chat too.
Thanks. Any other thoughts, questions? Do you want to share something about your own meditation practice? Or, yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I appreciate all of you and all of the work that's gone into producing and creating Local DAO Summer. It's been such a pleasant experience, really. I feel so well supported, and the space is moderated and held so well. So thank you so much. And the talks have all been fascinating. Yeah, and I look forward to meeting you all in September, and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Eve.
Thanks very much, Eve.
Bye.